Hey guys, Sam Luce here. I've just got back in the studio after a crazy weekend. It was my wedding. I was playing at my wedding because I'm just that self-indulgent. Trying to fit in videos around that, trying to fit in audio work around that, just the whole thing. And it kind of got me thinking about the things that we do in audio, the things we say yes to, the things we say no to, just to kind of keep that dream alive, keep that boat floating. And I want to share with you 100 things that I think are do's and don'ts of working in audio and how to make a success of this crazy business we work in. Don't try and sell fish to fishermen. A Facebook group about mixing and mastering is not a good place to advertise your mixing and mastering services, obviously. Don't spend too much time on Instagram or TikTok. Most of the people on there are Don't think that the entire music world revolves around Instagram. Don't think that the entire music world revolves around TikTok. Don't forget that there's a big wide world out there outside social media, and there's people in it that want you to do audio work for them. Find out how to reach them. Do say no to work. Do say yes to work. Do say yes to work that you don't know how to do yet. Don't say no to work just because you don't know how to do it right there and then. You'll learn it on the job. Do take on work that you're scared to take on. Do be scared, that's how you grow. Don't spend all your money on equipment. It's nowhere near as important as you think. Just have the stuff that you need, not the stuff that you want. Do treat the acoustics in your listening space though, that's really important. Don't buy another 1176 emulation plugin. If you're going to spend money on gear, like serious money, make sure it's something that will stand the test of time and will retain its resale value. Don't spend thousands on digital equipment because it's going to get outdated stupidly quickly. Don't spend hours auditioning microphones when you've got a vocalist ready to record. They'll either think that you're trying to get more money out of them or that you don't know what you're doing. Do audition microphones, but just do it in your own time. Get to the point where when you hear someone's voice, you know what microphone is going to sound good on them. Don't waste people's time. Don't waste your own time. Do work for hours and hours if it means that you're going to get the result that you want, but don't just work for hours and hours because you think you should be working for hours and hours. Do take breaks though, but don't take breaks just because someone told you the way you should work is to take breaks. If you're in the swing of it, keep going. That's how you get stuff done. Don't think that every question can be answered by Google. A lot of things you have to work out for yourself. Don't forget that your best business card is your personality. Try not to be a complete cunt. Do show up on time every time. Do try and retain a vague sense of professionality and decorum. Don't show up to meet a client wearing that Cannibal Corpse t-shirt with the nun and the, Don't buy any more plugins until you've learned everything there is to know about your DAW of choice. Do learn to use Pro Tools, but don't learn to use Pro Tools because you think that you're going to lose a load of work just because you can't use Pro Tools. It's nowhere near as important as you think these days. Just use whatever DAW you're most comfortable with. It's the work that matters. The clients don't really see how you get there. But please don't use FL Studio for actual audio work. You'll get called names. Do try and remember that working in audio doesn't just mean working in music. Don't limit yourself by just working in music. There's loads more to this audio field. Do branch out into audio for video. It's fun and the money can be surprisingly good. Do learn how to edit video. Do learn how to use Photoshop. Don't pay for anything that you could conceivably do or learn to do yourself. Do learn how to solder and make cables. You'll save loads of money. Do learn basic instrument maintenance. You'd be amazed by how many guitarists don't know how to fix a dirty pot or a sticky switch. If you don't already play an instrument, try and learn how to play at least one to a vaguely good standard. It will really help. Do live sound. It will teach you everything you need to know about gain structure. Don't forget to protect your hearing though. Do invest in a really good set of earplugs. Do try and work on a big analog desk if you ever get the chance. This as well will teach you a lot about gain structure. Do, if only once, record a full band with everything running through a big mixing desk. It's fun and it teaches you a lot. Do try and get your hands on a few different digital desks. Again, it's fun and again, it will teach you a lot. Don't ever stop learning. Once you stop learning, just give up because there's nowhere else to go. Do travel to places to get experience that you can't get locally to you. Don't turn down an opportunity just because it's far away. You will regret it. Don't forget to set aside time in your day to drum up new business. Don't offer discounts to new customers just to get them through the door. They'll learn to expect it and they won't appreciate the price hike for the second session, if there even is one. Don't underestimate your own value and the value of your own time. Don't undercharge someone just because the thing they asked you to do was easy. They came to you because they didn't know how to do it and you solved a problem for them. That's worth something. If a first-time client says to you, "That sounds amazing, can you show me how to do that?" Don't. They're trying to cut you out. Do ask to hear a sample or an example of the work you're about to carry out before you price the job. Do be honest about everything at every opportunity. Don't lie to anyone, ever. Don't think that just because you're adding loads and loads of EQ, compression and processing to something that breaks the rules and is wrong. It might need it. If something's wrong, stop. It might be embarrassing at the time, but it's better to rectify the situation then than carry on with it being wrong. Don't be embarrassed to ask for help. If a piece of work comes out that you've worked on and you're not proud of it, don't put your name on it. Do ensure that anything you're particularly proud of has got your name on it. Do make a website for yourself. It does help a lot. It's not just about social media. Don't think that having one stream of business is instantly going to support you when you're trying to work in audio. Do as many different things as you can. Don't be afraid to say no to a job if they're offering half your normal rate. Do learn how to wrap cables correctly. You'll thank yourself later. Do buy those little cable tie things. Do have at least one of every single audio cable in the world ever. Do check you have everything before you leave for a job. Do check again just to make sure. Do buy an extra laptop charger and keep it in your bag, trust me. Do take out insurance on expensive gear. Do keep a pocket full of extenders and adapters. You will need them one day. Don't believe everything you read online. First check who wrote it. Don't believe everything you hear on YouTube. Do remember that the people who are successful in audio are busy working in audio. They're not necessarily the ones who are sat at home answering your questions on Facebook groups or forums. Do question the advice you're given. Do get in touch with gear manufacturers if you particularly like something that they've made. You never know where it could lead. Do send error reports when a piece of software crashes. It helps everyone. Do learn how a computer actually works. Don't blame your computer when something goes wrong. They only do what you tell them to do. Do save your work every time you make a change, no matter how small. Don't forget to make backups regularly. Do a save copy as before making any big changes to a mix. The band might like the original mix you had, and if you make loads of changes that you think are improvements, you've got no way of getting back to them. Do just record stuff right in the first place. You're going to make your mixing life so much easier. Don't just assume you can fix stuff in the mix. You might be able to, but what if you can't? Do learn how to clean up and restore audio. It's really helpful. Don't worry too much about how loud your master is. Having said that, do take notice of louder standards if you're going to work in film, TV and video. It matters a lot more there than it does on Spotify. Don't measure your success by Spotify plays, Instagram follows or TikTok views. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, it rarely works out. Don't rely on other people, they're unreliable at the best of times. Do speak up if you have an issue with something, not just in audio, in life in general. Don't forget to say please, don't forget to say thank you. Do what you said you're going to do when you've said you're going to do it.